Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have a small announcement to make. Meritorious children who are to get their awards and sportsmen, could you please come and take your medals and have them on when you are receiving your certificate? Thank you.
What about taxpayers? Taxpayers, I've told the JC, he said, let's wait for some more time. He'll give us a list of only, half, not even half, only quarter the seat to fill it around.
பேரும் டிக் பண்ணிக்கோடா பேர் டிக் பண்ணிக்கோ
கரோனா சமயத்தில் பர்டிகுலர்லி கஸ்டம்ஸ் அண்ட் பர்டிகுலர்லி இந்த ரீஜனில் எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி ஃபெசிலிட்டேஷன். ரெவென்யூ செக்ரட்டரி அழகாக சொன்னார். நான் மாத்திரம் இல்லை, கேபினெட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா அமைச்சரும் 2-3 தரம் மீட்டிங்கில் சொன்னாங்க. அண்ட் இங்கே நான் அந்த விவரமாக இவ்வளவு சொல்கிறேன். பட் எவ்ரி மீட்டிங் ஐ கோ ஐ டூ ரேஸ் திஸ். கஸ்டம்ஸ் ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி ப்ரொஃபஷனலிசம் காமிச்சிங்க அந்த டைம். உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் நல்ல வாழ்த்துக்கள். பிகாஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி எங்கேயோ வார் நடக்குது எல்லையில், எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி தான். ஆனால் நம்ம இங்கே போர்ட்டில் நம்ம வேலையை பார்த்துட்ருக்கோன்றது இல்லை. இங்கே நீங்கள் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் யூ வேர் எக்ஸ்போசிங் யுவர் செல்ஃப் டு கரோனா பேண்டமிக். அப்போ வேக்சின் கூட இல்லாத சமயத்தில் முன்ன அந்த சமயத்தில் இறக்குமதி ஆகிறது ஏற்றுமதி ஆகிறது ஒரு விதமான தடங்களும் இல்லாமல் பண்ணணுன்னா உங்களுடைய லைஃப்கே ரிஸ்க் எடுத்துகிட்டு நீங்கள் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. அதனால் அதுக்கு ஸ்பெஷலாக ஒரு வாழ்த்து. கேபினெட்லேயே சொன்னாங்கன்றதுனால நான் திருப்பி அந்த விஷயத்தை உங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி வைக்கிறேன். இட் ஷோடு தட் வாட் யூ கேன் டூ. நீங்கள் எந்த ஒரு லெவலுக்கு ரைஸ் ஆக முடியுன்றதை எடுத்து காமிச்சிட்டிங்க. இப்போது அந்த லெவலில் டெய்லி பேண்டமிக் இல்லைன்னாலும் உங்கள் ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலிசமை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப தேவை. அதனால் நீங்கள் எந்த விதமாக ஸ்லாக்கனிங் இல்லாமல், அந்த டென்ஷன் இல்லாமல், ஆனால் அதே ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலிசம் எடுத்து காட்டணும். அதில் ஒரு விதமான தளர்ச்சியும் இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்றது தான் என்னுடைய ரிக்வெஸ்ட்.
check. A small announcement, please. May we request all the invitees to please be seated in the alternate seats, keeping in mind of the COVID protocol. I request everyone except the awardees to please be seated in alternate seats so that we follow the protocol of COVID strictly. Thank you so much. Please be seated in such a way there is a seat gap between you and the next person.
Gate la vandone we will tell he's arrived at the kilometers. And then again when he is coming near, no, he will now walk into the auditorium. அது சொல்லலாம். அது லிஸ்ட் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களா யார் யார் உட்காராங்கன்னா அவங்க வேணா அந்த உட்கார சொல்லலாம் அதே ஆர்டரில் இல்லை அந்த ஆர்டர் போட்டிருக்கீங்களா அவருக்கு எல்லாம் இப்போ ஒரு ஒருத்தையும் சொல்லிடுங்க யாரும் அவங்க ரவி சொல்லுங்க சொல்லிட்டு இந்த கார்னர்னு சொல்லுங்க அவங்க எடுத்து பார்த்துருக்கீங்க அதுக்கு எடுத்து சொல்லுங்க அவங்கவுங்களுக்கு அவங்களோட
Thank you so much. I hope I have made myself very clear. Please be seated in such a way there is a seat gap between you and the next person. Thank you. Please report near the dais, please. N. Shankar, tax assistant. He's an athlete. Kindly report near the dais.
கொரோனா சமயத்தில் particularly customs and particularly in the regionல extraordinary facilitation. ரெவென்யூ செக்ரட்டரி அழகாக சொன்னார். நான் மாத்திரம் இல்லை, கேபினெட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா அமைச்சரும் 2-3 தரம் மீட்டிங்கில் சொன்னாங்க. அண்ட் இங்கே நான் அந்த விவரமாக இவ்வளவு சொல்கிறேன். பட் எவ்ரி மீட்டிங் ஐ கோ ஐ டூ ரேஸ் திஸ். கஸ்டம்ஸ் ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி ப்ரொஃபஷனலிசம் காமிச்சிங்க அந்த டைம். உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் நல்ல வாழ்த்துக்கள். பிகாஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி எங்கேயோ வார் நடக்குது எல்லையில், எக்ஸ்ட்ராடினரி தான். ஆனால் நம்ம இங்கே போர்ட்டில் நம்ம வேலையை பார்த்துட்ருக்கோன்றது இல்லை. இங்கே நீங்கள் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் யூ வேர் எக்ஸ்போசிங் யுவர் செல்ஃப் டு கரோனா பேண்டமிக். அப்போ வேக்சின் கூட இல்லாத சமயத்தில் முன்ன அந்த சமயத்தில் இறக்குமதி ஆகிறது ஏற்றுமதி ஆகிறது ஒரு விதமான தடங்களும் இல்லாமல் பண்ணணுன்னா உங்களுடைய லைஃப்கே ரிஸ்க் எடுத்துகிட்டு நீங்கள் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. அதனால் அதுக்கு ஸ்பெஷலாக ஒரு வாழ்த்து. கேபினெட்லேயே சொன்னாங்கன்றதுனால நான் திருப்பி அந்த விஷயத்தை உங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி வைக்கிறேன். இட் ஷோடு தட் வாட் யூ கேன் டூ. நீங்கள் எந்த ஒரு லெவலுக்கு ரைஸ் ஆக முடியுன்றதை எடுத்து காமிச்சிட்டிங்க. இப்போது அந்த லெவலில் டெய்லி பேண்டமிக் இல்லைன்னாலும் உங்கள் ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலிசமை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப தேவை. அதனால் நீங்கள் எந்த விதமாக ஸ்லாக்கனிங் இல்லாமல், அந்த டென்ஷன் இல்லாமல், ஆனால் அதே ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலிசம் எடுத்து காட்டணும். அதில் ஒரு விதமான தளர்ச்சியும் இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்றது தான் என்னுடைய ரிக்வெஸ்ட்.
Check. Testing. Check. Check. Testing. Check.
The meritorious children of our officers, please sit in the same order in the first row of your the place where you are sitting. I'm calling out the names in the same order. Please be seated. First is N. Madhumita, R. Samyukta. Madhumita is here? Yeah. R. Samyukta. Okay. Sivakumar. Sanjay. V. Sanjay. V. Sanjay. Son of Vetrivelan AO.
He's not coming.
He's not coming. M. Sanjana, daughter of LDC Mohan, M. Sanjana. Where is M. Sanjana? We said everybody has come. M. Sanjana. There is one more M. Sanjana, daughter of Superintendent R.K. Madhavan. Okay. You leave one seat after Sivakumar and you can sit. Yeah. Darshini K. Darshini, next to her. P. Jayashri. Shagufta Nas. Madhav Balaji. Yeah. B. Karthikeyan. Yeah, after Madhav Balaji. S. Surya Gayatri. Surya Gayatri is here. Daughter of Superintendent Sri Kumar. S.M. Radhia. You pronounce it as Radhia. So M. Sanjana, daughter of LDC Mohan, has not come. Who's on the way?
haven't come.
Sanjana.
Not come, ma'am.
No, she's on the way.
Okay, Surya Gayatri.
Surya Gayatri. Surya Gayatri has not come. Surya Gayatri.
We'll just put a cross.
Okay.
That's all, ma'am. Just cross check this.
Yeah, I'm reading out again. N. Madhumita, R. Samyukta, S. Shivakumar. One more Sanjana is coming. Another M. Sanjana. Darshini K. P. Jayashri. Shagufta Nas. Madhav Balaji. Karthikeyan. And Radhia. Radhia, you may please be seated.
Okay. Just tell me who's who are not coming, whose certificates have to be removed.
Has N. Shankar, tax assistant, come? So your order of coming, N. Shankar, J. Surender. Same order lo koma, please. Arvind Nainar. And fourth would be Satish. Shankar, Surender, Arvind Nainar and Satish. Now we are calling out the taxpayers. Whoever is present, please let us know. Majestic Jobs Consultancy Services. Majestic Jobs. Please kindly raise your hand. And Ashram Training and Development. Okay. Olam Information Services. LH Exporters. LH Exporters. GDJD Exporters. GDJD. Indus Tower Limited. Hindustan Unilever. Lenovo India. Lenovo India. ITC Limited. ITC. Britannia Industries Limited. Hyundai Motors. BMW India. Ashley Alsteams. The National Small Industries Corporation Limited. National Small Industries Corporation Limited. Yamazen Machinery and Tool. Chennai MLC Fires. GV Tool Co. Endemol India. Drive Management Services. HDFC Life Insurance. HDFC Life Insurance. Reliance Jio. The Oriental Insurance Company. Raksha Technologies. Savex Technologies. 3M India Limited. RL Tech MM Nagar. Mohan Impex Poneri. Fine Care Security. SKS Engineering. Young Women's Christian Association, YMCA, YWCA. Bhavani. Art Board. Art Board.
This is a final list.
Who is this? Who's the taxpayer? RL Tech.
Madam, just give this list. We'll just arrange the certificates. We'll keep the one.
I'm reading out the officers' name. Okay. Vinay, Suresh Kumar Meena, Nandakumar, Kamalakannan, Ramesh, Mrutyunjay Kumar Singh, Jackson, Balamurugesan, Varadarajan, Sendal Kumar, Sundararajan, Suresh, Rahul Ahuja, Tasilla Jayachandra Reddy, Poongurali, Afzal Hussain Khan, Ayub Khan, Lingeshwaran, Madesh, Vijay Kumar.
All are there.
Madam, just show this list, taxpayers. I want to take it. The taxpayer list, madam.
See, the awardees, if you don't get the certificate in which your name is not there, it is of somebody else, don't mind, please walk down, we will later change it for you. Let's not make any fuss here. As soon as you receive your award, click a photograph, come down. Later we would change if there is any confusion.
26, 28, 32.
We'll start,
6, 7, 10, 11,
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes.
13.
Officers, guests, and staff of the Department of GST, with great joy and immense exultation, we welcome you to the celebration of the GST Day. Today, 1st July, the day on which the pioneering tax reform, the GST, was rolled out in the year 2017. Since then, the goods and service tax collection had continued to grow in an upward trajectory and is reaching new heights every passing month. The GST is continuing to increase the contribution of indirect taxes to the country's economy and also is a great facilitator in the era of ease of doing business, of which we, the GST fraternity, are proud of.
All officers and guests are requested to remain seated and also to keep their mobile phones on silent mode. It is also requested to all attendees that they remain seated till the chief guest leaves the venue at his convenience. Keeping in view of the pandemic situation, all are requested to follow COVID protocols strictly. We repeat, Please keep your mobile phones on silent mode.
The chief guest is expected to arrive at the venue in a couple of minutes. We repeat, please keep your mobile phones on silent mode and avoid any telephonic conversation while the chief guest is here in the venue. Please take your seat sooner. The chief guest is going to arrive at the venue in a couple of minutes. His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, is now walking into the auditorium. We may all please rise from our seats as a mark of our respect to the chief guest. Now I request the students of Tamil Nadu Music College to render the national anthem, followed by Tamil Thai Varthu.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you all. Special thanks to the students of Tamil Nadu Government Music College. We now invite Shri M.M. Parthiban, IRS, Principal Commissioner of GST and Central Excise, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Vanakkam, Namaskaram. His Excellency Shri.R.N.Ravi, Hon'ble Governor of Tamil Nadu, respected Shri M.V.S. Chowdhury, Chief Commissioner of Customs, GST, respected Shri K. Anbalagan, Director General, GST Intelligence South Zone, colleague Principal Commissioners on the dais, the past Chairman, members of the Board CBIC, Chief Commissioners, who have superannuated and who are presently available in our august audience, colleagues, commissioners, ADGs from Customs, DRI, GST Intelligence, CBIC Field Formations and Directorates, senior officers of the State Tamil Nadu Commercial Tax Department, young officers under nascent training, awardees who have come with the family and children, members of the trade and industry, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it as a great privilege in welcoming the Honorable Governor for giving us an opportunity to present the 5 years path of GST reforms, which is unique in the concept of cooperative federalism, working for nation building through efficient tax administration. Thank you very much, sir, for acceding to our request and honoring us. I also welcome our Chief Commissioner and DG GST Intelligence for guiding us in this department and in GST work with twin objectives of trade facilitation and enforcement. The past chairman, members of the CBIC, Chief Commissioners who are present here, Mr. V. Sridhar, the past chairman, Mr. S. Subramaniam, the Chief Commissioner, Mr. M. Panusamy, the Chief Commissioner, Mr. Periyasamy, the member of the tribunal. They all come here and they continue to guide us through passing on various values which the department holds and with their experience and continue to give us feedback in order to improve the performance of the department. I welcome all of them, sir. I welcome the august gathering of central and state GST authorities, customs, who have contributed for the revenue augmentation of the state as well as at the national level. I am happy in welcoming a large-scale representation of the trade and industry, taxpayers, industry associations, ICAI, trade bodies and federations, lastly not but least, the awardees who have come with their family and children. In the words of great Thiruvalluvar, there is an endeavor to become best nation. He has said, Perum Porulal Pettakadagi Arun Ketal Atra Vilaivadu Nadu. It means a nation that is abundant with wealth, a nation that is appreciated for its best performance, a nation that has no hard effects, a nation that has high level of production, a nation that is blooming with prosperity is the best nation. Sir, our endeavor has been to make India proud and best through our concerted efforts in making this department efficient and provide tax reforms and best services to the taxpayers. I am sure this kind of a good beginning with good wishes from you, sir, will kickstart and achieve the targets set for ourselves, both for garnering revenue to the nation and providing best taxpayer services to the industry and trade and public at large. Sir, with this ideal, we rededicate ourselves and we welcome you all for this August function of 5th GST Day. I welcome one and all of you who are available and present in this great function. Thank you. Vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. Light symbolizes brightness and prosperity. It removes the forces of darkness and gives us positivity. We now respectfully invite the chief guest, His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, and the dignitaries on the dais to light the Kuttuvilakku. Right? Let this light sweep away the darkness of ignorance by the dawn of wisdom.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let peace be everywhere. Thank you very much, sirs. We are highly privileged as the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu is with us today. We now request Shri M.V.S. Chowdhury, IRS Chief Commissioner of Customs, GST and Central Excise, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Zone, to honor our venerated Chief Guest, His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, with a shawl and a memento as an expression of our respect and gratitude for having accepted our invitation to grace the occasion on our special day. Thank you, sir. We now request our beloved Chief Commissioner of Customs, GST and Central Excise, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Zone, Shri M.V.S. Chowdhury, to deliver the introductory address.
Most distinguished and Honorable Shri.R.N.Ravi, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, respectable and senior retired officers of CBIC, senior colleagues of the Central GST Department, my dearest officers, and other distinguished invitees from the trade and industry. I extend my warm greetings to you all on this very momentous day. It is indeed my pride, privilege, and honor to address this gathering on this very special day. Today, the 1st July 2022, marks the 5 glorious years of implementation of the single most revolutionary step in indirect taxation regime, the goods and services tax. It would be appropriate on this occasion to recollect the words of our most beloved and visionary Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. To quote, "With GST, the states will earn more." We need to strike a balance between the economy of Western India and Eastern India. Strength of GST is technology. as it will have real-time data. Most of the things that can impact consumers and inflations have been kept out of the ambit of GST, unquote. When India became independent and integrated itself politically, the Indian indirect tax regime was highly fragmented with multiple taxes by center and state governments. Parallel tax administrations were operating in different silos. Every state was effectively a distinct market for the industry as well as its consumers. Interstate borders had their own checkposts, not only creating bottlenecks in interstate transport of goods, but also breaking the chain of input tax credit, resulting in cost escalation and cascading of taxes. The introduction of the GST brought about true economic integration in the country, removing the regional imbalances and interstate barriers. We should acknowledge the fact that the GST not only empowered center and state to levy taxes concurrently on a common base on all stages of supply, but also removed the cascading effect of taxes by allowing seamless flow of input tax credit on supply of goods and services throughout the entire supply chain. We can proudly say that by successful implementation of GST, we have fulfilled the dream of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in uniting the nations completely and achieved the objective of one nation, one tax, and one market. We all know that the journey of GST was a long and arduous one. It was conceptualized by the then Prime Minister, Most Hon'ble Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. 17 long years went in deliberations and discussions. It is only by the steely resolve of the government under the leadership of our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji that the goods and service tax finally became a reality in India, subsuming 17 large taxes and 13 cesses with uniform tax on supplies of goods and services and unified market. As rightly envisioned by the Honorable Prime Minister, the GST has also contributed immensely to Digital India, fully driven by the power of information technology, not only in tax compliances like registration to returns, but also in the logistics sector by using the e-way bill, RFID, etc. to ensure free flow of goods and services. GST is a pro-people reform centering around consumers. A study conducted about the impact of GST found that the consumers were the biggest beneficiaries, saving at least 4% on their household monthly expenses. While the average tax rates are kept low in GST, the tax base expanded and compliance has improved dramatically. As per the recent numbers, the tax base has doubled from the earlier 60 lakh to about 1.2 crore. Coming to tax incomes generated on account of GST, I find that the All India revenue for the year 21-22 is rupees 14,74,501 crores, including the GST on imports. Tamil Nadu state has contributed around 8%, that is rupees 85,190 crores, as against the All India revenue of rupees 10,70,286 crores, excluding GST on imports. Our Honorable Prime Minister has time and again emphasized that the MSME sector is crucial for India's economic progress, and many steps are being taken to infuse new energy into the sector and support local enterprises. I am happy to say that special dispensations have been made in GST exclusively for the benefit of SME and thereby making them net gainers. We all know that in the earlier VAT exemption and composition scheme, thresholds were very small. In GST, threshold has been initially fixed at rupees 20 lakhs and has subsequently been increased to rupees 40 lakhs for goods. Also, GST introduced a composition scheme which allowed small businesses to pay a fixed rate on their turnover without any paperwork. This composition threshold is rupees 1.5 crore a year for goods and rupees 50 lakh for services. I find that the compliance burden of SMMEs is reduced significantly in GST with the option of quarterly return filing for taxpayers having an annual turnover of up to rupees 5 crores. GST has also ended long queues of trucks and goods carriers at highway toll plazas, freeing goods movement across the states. I find that credible studies point to an improvement of over 33% in transport time after GST implementation. This has been made possible because of e-way bill system, which is a major success. In fact, from the beginning of April 2018 to May 2022, a whopping 270 crore e-way bill have been generated. In May 2022 alone, 275.08 lakhs e-way bills have been generated for interstate movement of goods alone, besides 461.09 lakhs of e-way bill for intrastate movement of goods. Tamil Nadu constitutes about 9% of interstate movement of goods and 10% for intrastate movement of goods and ranks 4th and 3rd respectively, which amounts to a major contribution of the total business activity involving movement of goods. Recently, with effect from 1/4/2022, the facility of generating e-invoices have been extended to taxpayer with a turnover of rupees 20 crores as well. The capture of data through the e-invoice facilitates data integration with the GST returns and also allows the easy generation of e-way bill. Generation of e-invoice started in October 2020 and till now 174 crores of e-invoices have been generated for B2B transactions. In May 2022 alone, 26 crore of e-invoices have been generated. Again in e-invoice also, Tamil Nadu stands top in the 4th place with a share of 9%. While a number of steps at the macro level have been taken, the Honorable Finance Minister, during a visit to Chennai in September 2021, envisioned reaching out to the taxpayer at their doorsteps periodically and also conduct quarterly trade facilitation meetings. Following the Finance Minister's guidance, in letter and spirit, we in the Tamil Nadu zone have earmarked every quarter a whole week for impromptu taxpayer meetings. In this, each day of the week is allotted for a specified sector, during which the taxpayer of that sector can just walk in directly to the office, into the offices for discussing their problems, grievances, and meet any officer to get any clarification or guidance. In this trade facilitation measure, our Tamil Nadu GST has been a pioneer. Further renewing the commitment to trade facilitation and keeping with the spirit of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating 75 years of India's independence, CBIC has dedicated 75 taxpayer facilitation centers on the lines of the theme Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, idea, achievement, and resolve to assist the taxpayers and handhold them as and when required. 4 such revamped trade facilitation centers are in this zone, 2 in Chennai, 1 each in Trichy and Coimbatore. Such facility is also now available in all commissionerates of Tamil Nadu zone. Today, as we stand to witness the transformational 5 years of GST, a path-breaking taxation regime for new India, we of the officers of the Central GST Department at Tamil Nadu rededicate ourselves with renewed enthusiasm and optimism to the service of this great nation. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Celebrations are never complete without appreciations. Diligent taxpayers are the pillars of the nation's economic progress. Taxpayers who have dutifully paid their taxes on time, file the tax returns regularly, and on whom there is no offense case in the past 5 years have been chosen for this award. They have been chosen from various categories such as manufacturers, service providers, traders, women entrepreneurs, MSMEs, and exporters, and from all the 3 executive commissionerates. First in the list is Ashram Training and Development. May I request His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, to present these awards to the awardees. Olam Information Services Private Limited. Indus Towers Limited. Hindustan Unilever Limited. Britannia Industries Limited. BMW India Limited. Ashley Alteams India Limited. Ashley Alteams India Limited. The National Small Industries Corporation Limited. The National Small Industries Corporation Limited. Yamazen Machinery and Tools India Private Limited. Endemol India Private Limited. Endemol India Private Limited. Reliance Jio. Raksha Technologies Private Limited. RL Tech MM Nagar. RL Tech. Fine Care Security and Manpower Services. Art Board. The next category of awards is for the meritorious children of officers and staff who have done exceedingly well in their public exams. We request the Honorable Chief Guest to give away the awards to the meritorious children. N. Madhumita, daughter of Joint Commissioner D. Jayapriya. R. Samyukta, daughter of Superintendent K. Gandhimadi. R. Shivakumar, son of Superintendent M. Saravanan. M. Sanjana, daughter of LDC M. Mohan. M. Sanjana, Superintendent R.K. Madhavan's daughter. Darshini K., daughter of LDC Mr. S. Karmegam. P. Jayashree, daughter of driver Mr. G. Palayam. Shagufta Nas, daughter of Superintendent S. M. Mushdab. S. Madhav Balaji, son of Superintendent Sumati. B. Karthikeyan, son of Bhaskar, Superintendent. S. M. Radhia, son of S. M. Radhia, daughter of Administrative Officer G. R. Mala. V. Sanjay, son of AO Mr. R. Vetrivelan. He is getting on behalf of his son.
This you have to call, man. Hon'ble. Please.
In the category of service providers and manufacturers, we would like to call Mrs. Hyundai Motor India Limited. The next category of appreciation goes to the sports personalities of our department who have bagged state and national level championship. The first person is going to be N. Shankar. He has bagged gold medal in 3 events in hammer throw in Senior State Athletic Championship. The next one is going to be J. Surender, Tax Assistant. He is also an athlete who has bagged 2nd place in 110 meters hurdles in 61st National Interstate Senior Athletics Championship. The next person is Aravind Nayanar. He is also an athlete who has done swimming, and he has bagged 5 gold medals during this year in many competitions held. The next person is Satish J. Tax Assistant. He has bagged silver medal in hockey. The next category of award goes to our officers who possess high standards of professionalism. It is time to recognize and award Best Performance Award to those officers for achieving and maintaining excellence in discharge of their duties. The first one is going to be Mallipudu Udaya Shri.R.N.Ravi Vinay, Deputy Commissioner. Suresh Kumar Meena, Deputy Commissioner. S. Nandakumar, Deputy Commissioner. K. Kamalakannan, Superintendent. S. Ramesh, Superintendent. Mrityunjay Kumar Singh, Superintendent. J. Jackson, Superintendent. Yes. Yes, Ramesh, Superintendent. R. Balamurigesan, Superintendent. K. Varadarajan, Superintendent. K. Sendil Kumar, Superintendent. S. Sundar Rajan, Superintendent. A. Suresh, Inspector. Rahul Ahuja, Inspector. Tasilla Jayachandra Reddy, Inspector. M. Pungurali, Administrative Officer. A. Afzal Hussain Khan, Executive Assistant. S. M. Ayub Khan, Tax Assistant. M. Lingeshwaran, Head Havildar. K. G. Madesh, Head Havildar. Yes, Vijay Kumar, Head Havildar.
Thank you very much, sir. The chief guest of the day is none other than the highest constitutional authority of the state, His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi. Shri.R.N.Ravi, born at Patna in Bihar, did his masters in physics in 1974. After a brief stint in journalism, he joined the Indian Police Service in 1976 and was allotted to the Kerala cadre. He served in Kerala for over a decade and then in different parts of the country in various capacities. While serving in the Central Bureau of Investigation, he led several anti-corruption crusades against organized criminal gangs, including the mining mafias of the country. While in the Intelligence Bureau, the premier intelligence agency of the country, he served largely in theaters of insurgencies and violence, including in the Jammu and Kashmir, the Northeast, and the Maoist-infected regions. He also specialized in the dynamics of human migration in South Asia and worked extensively on the political sociology of the border population. After retirement from the government service in 2012, he wrote regular columns in national dailies. He was appointed as the chairman of Joint Intelligence Committee in the Prime Minister's office where, as the head of the intelligence community, he coordinated and guided the agencies to meet the national security needs of the country. He was appointed as the center's interlocutor for the Naga peace talks in August 2014. Within a short time, he could make all the rebel armed groups sign agreements for a settlement of the 7 decades-old separatist insurgency within the Indian Union and within the ambits of the Constitution of India, which could assure peace in Nagaland and the rest of the Northeast India. He was appointed as the Deputy National Security Advisor in October 2018. He served as the Governor of Nagaland before being appointed as the Governor of Tamil Nadu and assumed office as the 26th Governor of Tamil Nadu on 18 September 2021. We now respectfully invite His Excellency, Hon'ble Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, to deliver the presidential address.
Please. गरम है
गरम
Thiru MVS Chaudhary, Chief Commissioner of GST, Central Excise and Customs. Thiru K.N. Balagan, Director General DCGI South Zone. Thiru S. Ravi Selvan, Principal Commissioner of GST and Central Excise. Thiru M.M. Parthiban, Principal Commissioner of GST and Central Excise. Thiru K.V.S. Singh, Commissioner of GST and Central Excise. Officers of the tax administration of the past and the present, distinguished members of the industries, distinguished invitees, gracious ladies and gentlemen, Anaivarkum Vanakkam. On this auspicious day, I would like to extend a very, very warm greetings to all of you present here. The greetings on the auspicious occasion of the GST Day. I would like to congratulate the awardees. They have been selected through, I'm sure, with a rigorous process of scrutiny, and they deserve an applaud. Congratulations to them. Friends, this day, if one thinks about the important days in our nation, after our Independence Day, Republic Day, and of course the day which we commemorate the father of the nation, his birthday. This day is the most important day in our post-British independent India's history. You know, the British had distorted this country. fragmented this country. Some people believe erroneously that it is the British who united this country. Nothing could be farther from truth. They not only divided, partitioned the country, but while living, they created nearly 600 independent countries within India. We don't realize the contribution, they fully appreciate the contribution of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who could make this country as one. British did not unite, they fragmented. They left India a moth-eaten India. You can imagine a piece imagine a country with 600 independent countries within India. They did the maximum possible damage to the very idea of this country, idea of this nation. People, they talk about federalism. Yes, we are proud of our federal system. But let us not forget that Indian Union is not born out of a contract of the federating states. India was born long, long before the 1947, thousands years before. And this federal system was an administrative arrangement, an arrangement to meet the diversity and diverse needs and aspirations of the people of this country. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, in the Constituent Assembly debate, he has made it amply clear that this federation is to make a strong, united India. The spirit of Bharat, the Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat, Oru Bharatam, Unnat Bharatam, is there embedded in the Constitution itself. Over the years, after the British left, unfortunately, the course that the country took, it kept, in many ways, process of fragmentation on. Fragmentation in terms, social fragmentation, political fragmentation. If you look at the number of caste tribes in 1950 under the Constitution, when the first presidential proclamation was made for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and 1951 census which came out with the number of caste. And if you look at today, the number has gone up over 100%. More and more fragmentation, division. Society, we all know. If you, in any society, the way you look at it, the society looks. If you look at the society in terms of division, then it's like a fish. Every scale of it, it's imbricated. You keep removing the scale, there is no end to it. If you look at the underlying unity, it becomes like a tree with million leaves. No two leaves are alike, and yet they are all organically part of the tree. Now, the way we kept looking at Bharat, this country, all these years, created a lot of problem. It created social tensions, divisions. New and new communities kept emerging and claiming their own identity. Politics of ethnic homeland also started, okay, if each community wanted a homeland for itself. Regional imbalances, south, north, east, west. This country was under severe strain from within. this was not the idea of Bharat. This was not the idea of this country, that actually the country was, and the idea which our ancient people had envisioned, Swami Vivekananda had envisioned, Mahakavi Subramaniam Bharati had envisioned. When Mahakavi Subramaniam Bharati talks about Bharat, Bharat Mata, he says, Sep Bharat Mata, Seppu Maudi Padanetudiyal, Enil Chintanai Ondrudiyal. Bharat Mata speaks in 18 languages, but her thinking is one. Her soul is one. When Mahakavi says, Vedam Udayad Indanad, Nalla Veerar Piranda Indanad, Chedam Illad Hindustanam, Idai, Deva Menru Kumbittadi Papa. This is a land of Vedas, this is a land of Veer. This is Akhanda Bharat. This is like a god prayed. This is what Bankim Chandra Chatterjee conceived, and he prayed, Vande Mataram. And subsequent poets have sung song for it. That soul of Bharat is one. We have diversities, we have multiple diversities, but that is the beauty of Bharat. When we say about the unity of Bharat, unity in diversity, it is the unity of the soul. It is the cultural and spiritual unity of Bharat that makes it one. Unity in diversity is not a constitutional construct. It is our thousands of years of Sanatan legacies of Bharat. This is unity in diversity. Now this country was fragmented in terms of, as has been explained by the Chief Commissioner. Country has multiple markets. Every estate was a market in itself. And anyone willing to do some business had to face almost insurmountable problem, very daunting problems. Now, this idea of this one tax for the one nation, it's indeed a revolutionary idea. After Sardar Patel, who united this country by taking this nearly 562 and odd independent princely estates, merging into making this country as a united one. This step is the most significant step in the journey of Bharat. We all know that wealth, earth, as is recorded in Sanskrit. Wealth is the oxygen, the source. How can a state function? How can development, how can any activity happen if you don't have the money? And people of this country are inherently good. Inherently, they are law-abiding people. It's only when the ecosystem around is vicious and when deviations are incentivized, you have problems. When the ecosystem is cleaned, and if it is made easier for the people are, as I said, inherently law-abiding and they become tax compliant. When we heard that the tax base has doubled and tax collection has also gone many times up, and tax compliance has increased because we have streamlined the tax regime, making things easier for our people, making things easier for industry, making things easier for people in commerce, making things easier for those who are small people who are taking some small enterprises. Things making easier for all. This has made it easier for all. It's a win-win situation. Everyone wins. The states are getting more revenue than what they were getting. The data given to me suggests that in the last 4 years in Tamil Nadu itself, the tax revenue has gone from this source from about 75,000 crore to 105,000 crore. It's a huge quantum jump because people are complying and there is a rational distribution. It's a very shining example of cooperative federalism. Through the GST Council, where the union and the state, they all sit together, ministers, and they take the call. This is how the nation is to grow. We know that we have a very visionary, dynamic national leadership. And the country is moving forward with clarity about the idea of the nation, the idea of the destiny where the nation is to go, and the path that this nation will take. There is absolute clarity. And we are moving in that direction. While we are celebrating the 75 years of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we have entered the Amrit Kal. The next 25 years, the quarter century, is very, very crucial. By the 2047, when the country would be celebrating 100 years of independence, this country, the great country, must be the world leader in all aspects. And here comes the role of our people, taxpayers, and all the officials of the tax administration. They have a very, very crucial role to play. And they are playing. I'm happy about it. And I congratulate them once again. Friends, as we move forward, I would like to urge upon all the people present here, especially those in the tax administration and even those from the industry, to think over, to ponder over the change in the direction. There is a paradigm change in the way we look at this nation and the way we address the problem of this nation. We don't look at the nation in fragments. We don't address its problems in fragments. Looking the country, the nation in fragments it further. It creates all problems. All these years have taught us this lesson, hard lesson. And addressing the problem in fragments makes the problem irresolvable. Problems becomes eternal. You can't resolve it. There is a holistic. The country as one. Problems, each problem to be addressed comprehensively. Be it poverty, be it illiteracy, be it homelessness, be it drinking water, be it health. Holistically. And so in the realm of tax administration and taxation, also they comprehensively address this issue. This is a fundamental change, a complete departure from the past. Appreciate it, and then you see the meaning, greater meaning in what we are all doing. On this day, I once again wish all of you the very best. You are all doing great job. You are doing great service to the country. Continue doing it with renewed confidence, renewed zeal. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that inspiring speech and all your wishes to us. To celebrate this day and make this day a memorable one, a lot of efforts from everyone, individually and collectively, have gone into the making and success of this program. It is time to thank all of them. May I request Shri.R.N.Ravi, Commissioner of GST and Central Excise, Chennai Outer Commissionerate, to propose the vote of thanks.
His Excellency Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi, Principal Chief Commissioner GST and Central Excise, Tamil Nadu, Mr. Mandalika Srinivas, and Chief Commissioner of Customs, through MES Chaudhary Garu, Principal Commissioners, other senior officers of the zone, and esteemed assessees and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Anaivarukkum vanakkam. Good morning to all of you. I take this opportunity to profusely thank His Excellency the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri.R.N.Ravi avargal, for consenting to our request and gracing the function as the chief guest. So we are really grateful to you, sir, for spending your valuable time among your busy schedule and consenting to felicitate all the top revenue contributors of this zone and the officers who immensely contributed to the department. We are honored and obliged by your fine gesture, and we are really moved by the insistence of the oneness of the spirit of India. I am sure that everyone will follow the motivating speech and very spirited one. On behalf of Principal Chief Commissioner, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry GST Zone, and other officers here, I once again place my gratitude to you. Nandri, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to the dear taxpayers for the participation and contribution to the zonal revenue. Whenever we approach them, and under the leadership of the Principal Chief Commissioner, Mr. Mandalika Srinivas, and earlier it was held by our Mr. Chaudhary, the things have changed. A lot of interactions have happened, as Chief Commissioner has mentioned, as per the directions of the Hon'ble Finance Minister. A lot of interactions have happened in the month of December, March. The perception of the taxpayers have changed, and anytime they can walk in and they can get the things solved, and we are really moving in a good direction. So that will be followed, and we thank you for again obliging us, coming here. Everyone has come, we thank you. And my special thanks to the Principal Commissioner, Chennai North GST Commissioner, Mr. Parthiban, and his team of officers for organizing this wonderful and memorable and successful event. And I also place on record my sincere thanks to the Government of Tamil Nadu for immediately agreeing to provide this Kalaivanar Arangam within 3 days. I also thank all the officers' family members who have come in large numbers to grace the occasion and participate in this gala function. I also thank the print media, other media members who have agreed to be here and taking the message of this 5th GST Day function. As Valluvar says in Kural 102, a small act of help and kindness offered at the nick of time is worthier than the world. Kalathinar செய்த நன்றி சிறிதெனினும் ஞாலத்தின் மான பெரிது. So many individuals who have helped and contributed to this success of this event. I take this opportunity to thank all of them for their immense support at a crucial point of time. We are sure that this department will contribute its best in the coming years also. With that, I thank you one and all. Nandri vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. We now request everyone to raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all. We request everyone to please remain seated. The awardees who have to change their certificates may please stay back. All officers, guests and staff are requested to join us for the high tea arranged outside the auditorium. Thank you one and all.